Bueno, part four, Rikers Island gang fights, and now the boat. I think the name of it was MTF3 or something like that. I don't know, or Baines. I don't know. Anyways, uh, again, I was checking out the situation where the Nietas and the Kings, man, they were like they were on point, okay, because the spot was blown up many times over there, right? So again, they were undercover people there um, that were against the Nietas and the Kings. They were again, they were brothers there, man. They were doing their time tranquilo, they weren't into any of that. NFL neutral for life. Um, so, anyways, I got to know people, got to know, brothers and stuff like that. Uh, there was a couple of brothers that I knew that were like kingish. It was pretty cool. Funny, funny dude, man. Then there was a Dominican brother, and he was a nieta. He was cool too, man. Um, he came from Macori, he told me. Um, there was a mafia. Mafia, he was a cool brother. He was a nieta. Um, King Oscar. King Oscar was cool people. He was no joke. He had me laughing. Chapo, King Chapo. He was from Corona, Crotona, Caribe. Anyway, so blended in. We were chilled. Found out who had the deca. Boom. So I started hanging out with that little crew. So one day, my boy Indio tells me, he said, yo, Santito, why don't you, become part of the association? And I said, part of the association? Say, no, nieta, we somos confinados, and the thing is that, we fight against causes, like against CEOs not wanting to help people out and stuff like that. And for me, I thought that was fantastic, because I've always been down with a cause. Like, I was a young Lord sympathizer. And when I say young Lord sympathizer, I was part of the system, selling palante, this, that, and the other, but I never gave my name. Never gave my name, because I didn't trust nobody, you know. And one, the person that brought me down, uh, he was telling me that I think his name was Perez. And I don't know if he was a skinny brother, man. He cool people too, anyways, so the thing was that, I did that. I hung out in the village. I was down with, with the Panthers for a hot minute, I learned about Aware, and they were on Houston Street because I used to live in LES on 3rd Street. I lived on 3rd Street for many years with my brother, that crianza, a brother that, my brother-in-law, but I call him my brother. We call each other brothers because and we should stick up drug deals. That was our thing, man. Anyways, so I did that. I was down with the movement, with the movement. A lot of people who work in government, or a lot of cops, a lot of CEOs and all that, instead of appreciating how we got these people there, because of us, because we went out there, marched, fought to make sure that our people would get these city jobs and all that, get this, get that, because they weren't giving. So anyway, So I started, mingling, boom, boom, boom. There was a dude there. I don't know. He thought he was a boxer, whatever the case may be. And one day he started throwing his hands. I said, "Man, you don't want to mess with me." Oh, come on, man. Dude thought I was Muhammad Ali. I'm gonna be straight up, man. I was coming from every direction, leaning back, So, and the guy turned out to be such a creep, At first, he, with a smile, turned out to be a creep because we were up north together. Anyway, um, little by little, I started to, the moves. So then they put me on probation in the Nietas. One of the kings told me, "Bro, you know, you got a lot up here, man. I think you should be a king, man." I said, "Yo, my boy Indio, man, me trajo, he brought me in, so, I can't just back out like that, So, yeah, I hear you, man. You're loyal, man, So anyway, put me on probation. And when they put me on probation, you know, I think it was like 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks, something like that. And I got blessed, with beads. I still got them. I've had them for, what is this? 90, 90, 94, 93, 94. Anyway, I started to, focus and do things that I normally should have done, but I didn't do because I neglected myself. I neglected people around me when I was in the street. So now I was focused. This is what I want to do. I want to, do the right thing. Sort of like changing your life, doing a 360. And one of the people there, man, he told me, I want you for security, man. And I said, really? He said, yeah, you're a very smart guy, man. I've been watching you. I said, yeah, don't watch me too much. He started laughing, But so I became security. And the way I was security was I watched everything that moved, right? And there was, there was like little skirmishes, but in the shower room, And they didn't last long. Boom, 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 and that was it. They didn't want to really blow up the spot because if they blew up the spot, then CEOs come in there like Romans, like the Romans, in those Roman movies, and they start with the macanas. So, anyways, I started, focusing more on people coming in, and I'd be up all night with my boy Smurf. Smurf was from my barrio. And me and him used to stay up all night to watch the brothers to make sure they slept and nobody stabbed them. You heard a lot about that too, So we would break night and then sleep in the morning, and stuff, eat our breakfast, then, sleep until like 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, And that was the routine. And one day, we in the gym, and I'm holding court, letting people know, what to do. Blah, blah, blah. Here come my nephew through the door. I looked. I said, "Oh man." I'm sure, man, that he said, "Oh shit, there goes my Theo, man." He said, "Theo," and I said, "Yo, I'll be with you, man." So then I told him, "Where you locked up at?" He said, I think 8-3 or something like that. So my boy Cowboy is there. That was his house. I said, bro, that's my nephew, man. Look out for him, man. He said, no problem, man. I got you. I said, all right, man. Boom. I said, if he wants to be in the association, fine. If not, whatever, you know. So there were a couple of times, man, we had to, put people to sleep because they thought they were gangsters. We never had a problem with the phone. The Latinos never had a problem with the phone. It was always the African Americans were fighting each other over a phone. They would beat their own. They would beat people on the head, man. I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Especially a dude that I know said, man, what the fuck? So nah, that you give them 15 minutes, they want to take an hour. I said, can't you talk it out, man? Why you want to beat somebody in the head with the phone? Don't you know that hurts? Anyway, so, things were running smooth. I was getting visits from different mothers. When I say different mothers, like my kids, their mothers would come, there was a time where one of my sons, I'm not going to mention his name, but he came, he had beads. I think he had beads. And he said, de corazón, manito. And I looked at him, I said, de corazón, manito. I said, you're my son, man. Give me de corazón, manito. I'm not your brother. So I think he did a 360 too. He did a 360, man. He said, I'm out of this, man. Because he found out a lot of stuff that was going on that shouldn't have happened. When you're from the streets and you're in the association, you don't need it. You really don't need to be in the association if you're in the streets, Then, it's called usando literia, like getting slick on your own folks. You get into an argument with somebody, now you're going to bring your folks. It's not right. So anyway, we chilled, and then one of the heads told us that we were going to have a meeting a couple of days, and that to be aware of the situation. Boom. I'm like, okay, yeah, because I'm head of security. Man, we had the meeting. They called this brother out, man. I swear to God, man, they used this brother. I didn't even know that shit was going to happen. They didn't even say, nobody, didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know what was going on. I saw, I had to stand there. And I told them, I said, yo, what the fuck are you doing, And they just hitting this dude up, man. So they rounded, they blew the whistle. They came in, it was like a little riot. They took us, boom, to the downstairs, to the holding pen and all that. It's like a bullpen. And I saw the guy that got pinned up, and he told me, he said, yo, I don't know why they did that to me, man, and I didn't mention your name. I looked at him, man, I wanted to, I'm like, why, first of all, why you talking like that with the Spanish CEOs around? Why, I said, I guess that's why they probably hit you up. I'm saying this to myself, that's probably why they hit you up, and you dry snitching, Thank God they didn't kill the dude, Dude just, he had all these pencils and pins, man. I feel sorry for the guy, because, the guy always seemed like a nice guy, So anyway, they called me in the office, and they told me, what? Did you have anything to do with this guy? I said, no, no. I'd be stupid. I'd be stupid to have something to do with that, you know? I said, I got a real case, man. What's wrong with, you know? So they said, okay, sign this paper, sign the paper. They released me to let me go back to my place. So, meanwhile, there was like a couple of skirmishes and stuff like that, you know. Then one day they called me out. And when they called me out, they told me pack it up. And I said, oh yeah, where am I going? They said, you're going to solitary confinement. I said, solitary confinement? And then I said, okay. Boom. HDM. HDM, man, it's like one of the oldest prisons that they built over there in Rikers Island. So I would say like about 5 of us were on our way to HDM from the association, the Nietas. And they called some kings out, and they got on the bus with us, and we're talking about, man, what the. So somebody was snitching and lying. You could snitch and lie at the same time, and that's what they were doing, pointing, saying that we did this, we did that, boom, 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 when we didn't do it. You know. Anyways, I end up in HDM, you know, and one of the brothers there said, "Yo, I hope they don't put us in one. I think it was one main, or yeah, one main or something like that." And I said, "Why?" They said, "Because if you go in there, the Bloods are gonna cut you up." And I said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah." And they'll say the corazón or amor de rey, and then they cut so many brothers up. It's unbelievable. And I said, well, you know, I was thinking to myself, I said, person cut my face or whatever, you know, you're gonna have to do me, man, because I'm gonna do you. You know, I'm gonna do you. You know, I was so angry. I said, I'll do you, man, before you try to cut me, you know. So anyway, they put me in 5 blocks. Me and about 4 other nietas in 5 blocks. Right? My cell was 13. Okay. Next day, they call the same 5 to sick call. And I said, why they calling us for sick call, man? You know, I didn't put in no paper for sick call. So anyway, we go upstairs. They take us upstairs. And when we get upstairs, we go into this room, and then they have a desk and stuff like that. And there's this, I don't know if he was Puerto Rican or Mexican, but he had a scar on his face. And one of my brothers said, yo, that's the head of the Bloods, Scarface. And I said, okay. I said, just watch your back, man. Keep your back against the wall, man. Meanwhile, on the side, there was 5 brothers, African Americans, and they were staring me down, man, you know. So then one of my brothers said, can I talk to him? I said, yeah, you can talk to him, man, you know. But watch yourself, man, you know. So he went and talked to him, and when he went to talk to him, that's when Scarface came over to me and he looked at me and he said, "You down with these people?" I said, "Yeah." I had my kufi on, and he said, "But you're a Muslim. How can you be down with these people?" I said, "Well, you gotta understand something, man. This is not a gang. This is a thing to help brothers out and stuff like that." And then he looked at me and he said, "So now one of the dudes, African American dudes, they say, 'Yo, Scarface, I want to eat. I want to eat.'" That's the cue that he wanted to cut me, right? Scarface told him, "Nah, man, leave it alone, man. I'm talking to this man. So me and him, we got into a deep conversation, and I told him, I said, "Why are we fighting each other? I don't get it. Why?" He said, "Oh, it all started because a Latin king took credit on a pack of cigarettes or something like that, and he didn't want to pay, so he got one of your brothers, and one of your brothers, man, went and attacked the person that gave." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, look, I'm gonna investigate it, man. But do me one favor." So what's that? I said, um, "Don't cut any of my brothers, man. Don't cut nietas. Don't cut no kings, man. As long as I'm here. As long as I'm here, do not cut any of them brothers, man. Like that." So he looked at me and said, "So what do you plan to do?" I said, I'm gonna investigate what you're talking about and get the culprit that attacked your brothers." And I said, "All right, man. Okay. I never forget. And I looked at him. I looked at his arm. He had a crown. But flashballs went off. I said, "Oh shit! This guy used to be a king." Thinking this guy used to, because he had a crown on his arm, a crown 5 points. That's a king's, Latin king on a crown. I even asked the king. They said, "Yeah, he probably, I think he wasn't. He violated. I guess somebody, le dieron para abajo, like that." But anyways, he was a man of his word. Not a nieta, not a king ever got cut while I was there in the box in solitary confinement. Okay? But now when I came down, the COs were shocked because I wasn't stabbed or cut or anything. You see, the CO set us up. Okay? They set us up to go upstairs and get stabbed or killed or whatever the case may be. All right? Telling you, man, it's disgusting. And I will be with the next part. All right? I think it's part 5. Blessings.